I spit Patron on this microphone. Watch out, I'm in the zone. Worth for everything I own. Life is March Madness. One mistake, then you go. Yeah, I had a stroke, but your boy still rhyming. And Fresh got locked, but the squad still wildin'. Catch me in any city in the hood, we grinding.
You are now tuned in to the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? This is Trill Dollar Bill. And before I get started, I wanted to send some love and our condolences out to Robert Garcia, Mikey Garcia, the Garcia family on their loss of their mother. Our hearts go out to you. So love from the Boxing Bros family to yours.
Definitely. This is G. What's going on, people?
It's the TBE. What up, world? Happy New Year, y'all. My condolences, Garcias.
Yeah, so diving right in, we're gonna give our reaction to the stoppage, the 7th round stoppage. Ryan Garcia stops Luke Campbell with a body shot, and we want to know what were your takeaways from the fight? What was your reaction? We're gonna start this one off with Trill Dollar Bill.
Oh, we're gonna start with me? Okay. All right.
You like the little guys? You like the little guys?
All right. I wanted to. Is it okay if I talk about the whole card as a whole first?
Hey, this is you. The floor is yours. Trill Dollar Bill. You got it.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm gonna rock out real quick.
You're on mute, bro.
Okay, here we go. On the undercard. Are y'all ready?
Was that on the card, brother?
Yeah, you already. On the undercard. Ryan Garcia's little brother, Sean Garcia, fought on the undercard. I wasn't impressed. Maybe in time, he looks like he needs to focus on himself and worry about himself. You know, Ryan is Ryan. He needs to be his own self, you know, and come up with his own style. Now there was a fight with Felix Alvarado and a kid from South Africa named DJ Carell. I believe. I want to shout out the kid DJ Carell for showing so much heart. He came up short, but he went out swinging. Almost threw 1,000 punches in the fight. So I wanted to salute him. He took the loss very hard, but I wanted him to know that he's a warrior in my eyes. And I look forward to seeing him again. And shout out to Oscar De La Hoya for going over there and embracing the kid. That was much respect from Oscar De La Hoya. Congratulations to Felix Alvarado on the 10th round stoppage to become IBF world champion. I thought that was dope also. Shout out to the kid Gutierrez from Venezuela on his win against Rene Alvarado, the twin brother of Felix Alvarado, who won in the fight before that I was talking about. He won a tough fight, and he dedicated the fight to his mother, who also passed from cancer in November. He won by 1 point on all 3 cards and by scoring a knockdown in the last round to become the new WBA featherweight champion. Now let's get to business. Fire and ice.
Hold on, wait a second, bro. You look like you were in the middle of a snooze fest. If you know what I'm talking about in that picture.
Hey, you already.
Like he was looking like D'Angelo. You know
That's my R&B. That's my R&B album cover.
R&B album.
That's my R&B album cover.
That's the 90s R&B joint.
That's my R&B album cover right there. Okay.
Yo, what's the title? We need the title, bro. We need the title.
Anaconda Man.
What is it?
Anaconda Man. Love swinging from the trees.
Different, bro.
Right, bro, get into your reaction, bro.
Thank you.
Get into your reaction.
Now let's get to business. Fire and ice. I'm not going to talk about the introductions being messed up by the zone because this is always. It seems like this is starting to be their thing, you know. But look, let's not play like Luke Campbell, you know, cool hands is not a tough guy. He went the distance with Linares. A lot of people thought he won that fight, actually. He went the distance with Lomachenko. The 23 with 16 in KOs, the 2-time title contender is a tough guy, and he deserves all the respect, and he gets mad respect from me. Plus, he's a gold medalist. Campbell kept Garcia honest in this fight with the second round knockdown, letting him know that this was a real fight. and he was on a different level, and he was there to test the kid. And he didn't go down there. He didn't go down. He didn't go into this fight to lay down, He went in there to put up a good fight. But the kid, Garcia, the young man, King Ryan, who has been fighting since he was 7, proved he's a superstar. He was knocked down in the second and got up and fought like a champion and got the stoppage in the 7th round from a tremendous left hook to the body. He cried in the ring and he deserved to. He faced adversity and proved that he's the real deal. Long as all I see for Ryan is all he got to do is keep being willing to learn and listen to the Reynosos. There's 5 KOs with the Reynosos, and continue to listen to Canelo, and the future is bright for King Ryan Garcia. I'm totally impressed with this young man. I wanted to see what he would do in the future, and I actually wanted to see what he would do when he was tested, and he passed his test by stopping a tough fighter who has never been stopped before. Look, the fight lived up to the hype for me. The title was called Fire and Ice, and it lived up to it because Ryan Garcia was on fire, and he put Luke Campbell on ice, and it was a great fight and a way to kick off 2021. I thought it was beautiful. Boxing has a new superstar named Ryan Garcia.
No doubt. All right, we're going to throw it to Conspiracy G.
I actually agree with Trill. I thought it was a beautiful fight card. Salute to the Zone for starting off 2021 right. Now, I will say this, though. I was a little nervous when he came in looking like Fury because I was like, bro, don't walk out looking like Wilder. You know what I mean? But he did his thing. So I was like, whew, because, I did predict a 8th round knockout, but he did in the 7th. But nonetheless, I was proud for my prediction. I'm starting the new year the right way, So, but you know how I do, man. This is G. So I just gotta be real with myself. Let me start off with the little positives, because I know people, if I don't say the positive, then I come off as a hater. Shout out to Ryan. Ryan got, killer instinct. He got fast hands. He's explosive. What else? And in that fight what Trill was talking about in that 2nd round when he got dropped, he got up and he showed, hey, he has the will to win. Salute to all of that. However, I gotta give Campbell a lot of shout outs. And this is why. Campbell did capitalize off of a number of mistakes that Ryan was doing. But I'll say this. Ryan was learning on the job. This was his first test. And so I felt like Luke Campbell capitalized off of it, right? So I'm gonna equate Luke Campbell to a supervisor. You know what I mean? Just walk with me. Because there's like these 2 rules, right? They're like golden rules in boxing. Hit, don't get hit, and opposite hand always protects yourself, right? Remember in that 2nd round, what Luke noticed about Garcia was Garcia had a tendency to drop his guard. Even when he's attacking, he just throws a jab, he automatically drops his right hand. And I'm just like, what's he doing? Like, don't do that with Luke Campbell, you know what I'm saying? But he just kept doing it. Then if you notice in the 2nd, what did Luke do? He threw a jab to the body. And then Garcia was like, all right. And he thought he was going to come with a hook to the body. He dropped both arms and got clipped to the head, And that was like, why is your head, for one, straight out like that? You know what I mean? And then 2, why didn't you just keep not a high guard, but a high enough guard to protect your face? He didn't do that until that, and once he got dropped. Then you notice he kept the high guard. Like, he knew, like, all right, I'm in a real fight. Let me not even play with this dude. So that was one thing. Then, if you notice in the 7th round, a lot of people, I don't know, even peep this. Another reason why he's a great supervisor. He actually threw the hook first. So Campbell threw the hook to the body, and then Ryan was like, oh, yeah, let me throw you a hook to the liver. And then he immediately responded with the hook, and that's what dropped Campbell, right? So to me, I felt like Ryan was put in a place where, you know what, you're learning. This guy was a great test because every time you made a mistake, he capitalized. And then when he threw the hook, you realize like, yo, why am I always headhunting? Let me go to the body. And he went to the body. So to me, it was a good display. You know, I felt like, you know, Ryan ate a healthy, hearty bowl of Campbell soup, you know. And, but I have to give Campbell that credit, bro, because Campbell didn't come to lose. You know what I mean? So
He didn't come to lay down. He didn't come to lay down at all.
So, like, think about this. I remember the Campbell versus Lomachenko fight, right? Yo, Lomachenko doing all kind of angles on him, son. It was like, yo, Loma is a problem, right? And then you notice Campbell's doing the same thing in this fight. And I'm like, yo, Garcia, like, bro, don't let this dude move around you like that. And he stayed too stationary. I'm not going to say Garcia is flat-footed. I know people be saying that. He's not flat-footed, but at times he remains too stationary because, you know, obviously he's going for the power shot. But that could be a gift and a curse, right? So that's why I'm curious to see how he does with the other top lightweights. You know what I mean? But in this performance, I felt like he learned a lot. And I have to end it with this, bro. What was really good with that celebration, bro? Oh, that looked like boxing porn, son. Like
Using opinions of G, I reflect the boxing bros as a whole and all the other faces you see on this screen.
I wasn't thinking that. Come on, yo, hold on.
Nah, I wasn't thinking that at all. You know why, G? And I'm gonna just jump in right quick. I was rocking with you. Everything you said, you made some great points that I wanted to jump in earlier and said, but you answered a lot of your questions when you was giving your review of the fight. You answered your own questions. You know, the celebration was warranted. This kid just got dropped and face.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about, Trill. I'm talking about the humps. He was taking strokes in the ring, bro. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like. It was kind of crazy.
I didn't see any of that. And again,
I didn't see nothing of that. I seen that this kid.
You see Ronaldo doing his, you know what I mean? You didn't see him doing his thing?
He was excited. King Ryan was excited. He proved. Look. This is Luke Campbell. I'm with you 100%. G. Luke Campbell didn't come to lay down. Luke Campbell needs to get all the respect in the world now. And back to Ryan. Ryan deserves nothing but respect in the world because nobody has ever stopped Luke Campbell. He's been in there with the great Lomachenko. He's been in there with Linares and everybody, and nobody has ever made him quit. Lomachenko had this reputation of making people quit, you know, and he didn't. And Cool Hands never quit. Ryan was able to stop him after being dropped, and he got dropped viciously. I remember the Duno fight where Ryan Garcia dropped Duno, and his arm went behind him like this.
Exactly.
When he got dropped by Cool Hands, his arm did the same thing. And I was thinking like this was the end of Ryan, the Ryan train, but it wasn't. Ryan got up and proved that he is special. The kid is special, and he fought. He came back from adversity, and when you see him crying in the end of the ring and celebrating, jumping into Canelo's arm, jumping into the Reynoso, his dad's arms, he deserved that. This kid showed nothing but heart, and Boston got a superstar last night.
Yeah, I'll say this. He had a right to celebrate. I was just saying that scene was a little suspect, but hey, it's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this though: salute to both gentlemen because at the end, you know, Campbell and Ryan was showing each other love. You know, that was commendable. Like even when Ryan was talking about the knockout, he was like, "Yo, I just got dropped." I mean, not the knockout, but when he got dropped, he was like, "Yo, I got dropped." Like
you, the first person ever dropped me. Yeah,
that
was love.
Excited. I was like, "Word!" I like to see that from fighters, like you know. And so I felt like he learned so much from that fight. That's why I was saying I got to give kudos to Campbell. You know, because like I felt like he was like a supervisor or like a boxing mentor in that ring. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, listen, you gonna win, but you gonna earn this win. You know what I mean? So salute to both gentlemen. I was highly entertained, and salute to the undercards. Like those fights were great as well. So I just have to give much love and respect to DAZN. And I'm gonna give a special shout out to Oscar De La Hoya. You know, normally I would shout out Eddie, but this is Oscar's day. So salute to you, Oscar.
Shout out to Oscar. Oscar was really stand up last night.
Oscar looked fit last night.
See that though, you know what I mean?
All right, go ahead, Ned.
Nah, last night's fight, that fight was a great card. Ryan, he came out. Luke came out. Luke, seasoned fighter, taking on the young guy in August. No, in early in last year, we were talking about Lion for the Ryans if he didn't fight Vargas, and Lion was Simba, young Simba. I said young Simba better get ready, and young Simba showed that he was ready to take on Mr. Campbell. So, and I apologize, Ryan. I rooted against you. I thought this was gonna be you wouldn't pass this test, and you did. You passed it, not with flying colors, but you passed it. And Luke, shout out to you. You came out there. You showed the boy. You showed the boy a lesson, a valuable lesson. Like, stay focused. Keep you always be on your P's and Q's. I know, Ryan, you train with Canelo, so I know you're supposed like at least get some keys and pointers on them improving your defensive technique. But last night that fight was it was a dope fight. He bounced back from that second round knockdown, and I thought Luke would get up from that body shot, but he's just like, nah, it's over. So I think he turned.
I think he broke some ribs, bro.
Yeah,
like, that liver shot was deadly.
It was clean.
He had his guard up. He thought it was going to be a hook to the face.
It was a clean
body shot, bro. He was done. Yo, he might have to go to the hospital, check on his liver, bro. Like real talk.
Yeah.
So it was just
But shout out to Ryan's trainer for catching him in that celebration, because some people they just like they jump on you like their body. They jump on the body, but he threw his legs at him, and the trainer was ready, like caught him. So shout out to him, no. So and the other trainer was behind him, caught him.
That was his dad. That was his dad.
Yeah. All right, but like caught him. His pops caught him like the way Ryan just jumped at his trainer, and the way his pops caught him was like, Ryan could have just like fell and injured himself in that celebration. But it's pretty dope. They was all there. They was ready. It was alert.
A Reynoso baby, dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's 5 KOs with the Reynosos. Back to back. 5 KOs. Shout out to the Reynosos.
Knock his back out. You know what I'm saying? So.
Trainer of the year. They deserve all that. Trainer of the year.
No mas. I'm done. I promise.
Yeah. In regards to the celebration, excuse me, I feel like Eddie Reynoso's like an uncle to Ryan Garcia, and then you saw the other person who came is like his dad. So like I think, and you also look at Ryan Garcia as a young man, a young kid coming into his own. So I think to go at him for that celebration, it's the first time in his career that he beat someone who was world level, right? Proven world level versus Linares and Vasily Lomachenko, former Olympic gold medalist, right? He just beat that guy. You're talking about the greatest victory of his career thus far. He's just reacting off pure joy. So I think
I'll say this. All jokes aside, I know what really happened. Reynoso thought he was strong enough to lift him up. He got old head, you know what I mean? So he's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like he was trying, but
Garcia's dad came running to catch him. Like, he thought he was gonna fall, so he came running to like.
He was like, Reynoso don't be hitting the weights. He just be telling y'all what to do.
But yeah, so but to get to my take on the fight, the first round, Ryan showed that hand speed was on a different level. He showed that he had the accuracy. He had the arsenal, the output, everything. He was jabbing to the body, coming with the check hook over the top. He had it going. But what I think happened was he got too comfortable in there with a world level fighter like Luke Campbell. So in the second round, he was so comfortable because typically in his last few fights, what we saw what happened with Fonseca and what happened with Duno, he smoked those guys and he got them out of there in the first round. So at the end of that first round, he's thinking, oh, yeah, this guy knows the deal. I got it in the bag. But see, you're in there with someone who came to win. You're in there with someone who's been in with top level opposition, like Linares, like Lomachenko. So Luke wasn't going to quit, certainly wasn't done. And so when he got too comfortable in there, Campbell took advantage, but it was on a few things. Like if you look at when Campbell landed the shot that dropped him, Ryan had like his hands out because, like, you know, he's like using his arms to keep the distance. And normally that works. But you're fighting someone who's 5'9" with a 71-inch reach, just like you. So, you know, your long arms, when you normally keep the shorter people away from pushing it out, you know, kind of like when you're younger and you play and fight with your uncle and he holds you out like this and you're swinging because your arms are too short, right? He can normally keep people at bay just by putting his arms out, pushing it out. But Luke had that reach and clipped him. He was also moving backwards when he got clipped too as well. So it was clip, he's on the floor. And in that moment, I remember thinking to myself, now we're going to see what Ryan Garcia is all about. And he got up, he stayed in the fight. He survived the round because it wasn't one of those knockdowns where he had like to survive for 20 seconds. He had to survive for like a minute and 20. And he went, he survived. He let Luke know, I still got enough here to hurt you. And he came, won the next round, and went on to win rounds. In my eyes, I thought Ryan Garcia won majority of the rounds. I thought maybe there was one round you can give to Luke if you wanted to. And there was one round where he had Luke out on his feet. Yeah, round 5. Like, he caught him with the hook at the end of the round.
The 5th, I almost gave it to Campbell. Until what happened at the end where he like clocked him and he almost pulled the pull, bro. He wanted to run away. I was like, I'm son.
That's the round I'm talking about.
It up.
That you could give to Campbell if you wanted to. But some people,
the 4th and the 2nd. But yeah, that was definitely, and Campbell was definitely winning that round, that 5th round until that
whole but yeah, so Campbell was in the fight. Campbell was what we thought he would be. He would be a tough test to let us know where Ryan Garcia was. But the fact that Ryan could get off the deck, and we've seen fighters who got knocked down and could never recover. They got knocked down and it changed like their desire to fight. You saw when Ryan got knocked down, he was ready to fight. He was willing to fight. He was still coming forward. He was still landing. He was still willing to take the shots. But the most beautiful thing about Ryan Garcia in that fight was he learned. Because you can see Campbell try to land that shot again, but Ryan had his hands up. Ryan would pick it off. And a lot of the criticism about Ryan is that he stands flat-footed. Well, you have to look at his physical advantages, is that he has ridiculously fast hands. So for him, why is he going to move around or whatever when he feels like he can beat you to the punch? Like, he feels like when you open up, he's going to beat you to the punch. So he's not trying to move around. He's not trying to dance around. What I would like to see Ryan Garcia add is more movement, more torso movement, more head movement, more pulling, possibly countering. But, you know, that comes.
No. I was just ad-libbing. I was like, yeah, because Luke definitely won the battle of the feet in the beginning first, in the beginning couple of rounds. He definitely won the battle of the feet. Exactly.
But I feel like if Ryan, you see Canelo doing it. Like you saw Canelo do it against Callum Smith. If he's more, you know, he has more movement with his torso and he's able to slip and counter and do, he'll be more dangerous. But, you know, that comes with time. My major takeaway from this and my major reaction is that Ryan Garcia has the goods. Ryan Garcia has the goods to me because, as Trill pointed out, no one has stopped Luke Campbell. Okay, there was Ivan Mendy who beat him, didn't stop him. There was Jorge Linares, didn't stop him. And there was Vasily Lomachenko, didn't stop him. And Vasily Lomachenko and Jorge Linares are guys known for having punching power. And they didn't stop Luke Campbell. Was his punch resistance the same when he fought Ryan Garcia as it was with those guys? Who knows? But he's never been knocked out. And the other point is, it wasn't like it was a punch to the chin that knocked him out because he was, prone to concussions. It was a perfectly placed body shot, which is also high IQ, right? When he went to the body. So I was impressed with everything I saw from Ryan. In my eyes, this elevated him to star status. He proved last night that he is not just a YouTube star. He proved he's a real fighter that needs to be taken seriously because he got up off the deck after being knocked down and he stopped a world-class fighter who has never been stopped, okay? And not only did he do that, not only did he did that, he called out a champion after. Salute to Ryan Garcia. I'm a fan now. I mean, I've always thought Ryan Garcia had potential, but now I'm putting a stamp on the kid. The kid's official.
Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. And check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
It was a hearty can.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, they need to make Ryan Garcia do some Campbell's Chunky Soup commercials now.
Yo.
We could have been flawless, flying up to make people's mouths drop jawless. How can 2 years be erased in 1 August? And you know I have my pride, so I had to get brolic. All in all, I can't call it. Just know you're my queen. Wish I was denim, cause then I be in your jeans. Can't fight fate, and you've been loving me since your teens. But when you can't move forward, you gotta wipe your slate clean.